Hey guys, so today the star of the show is going to be a couple items from the February Ipsy bag. To start out, you always want to moisturize your face. To prime our face, I'm going to be using BH Studio Pro Anti-Shine Primer. To prime the eyes, I'm going to be using Painterly Pot by MAC, and I'm using this one just to kind of hide any imperfection or any veins or any discoloration that I have on my eyelids. We want to create a nice smooth canvas to work with. As always, for the concealer, I'm going to be using Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 10 Light, and I'm just going to be applying that under my eyes and anywhere I have any darker areas. With a damp beauty blender, I'm going to make sure I'm using bounce motions to put the product on the face and kind of pack it on to the spots I want concealed instead of smearing it, and that will actually remove the product and make it sheer. To set the under eyes and make sure that my concealer is not going to be creasing, I am setting it with Bare Minerals Veil Powder. And to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using Bare Minerals Powder Foundation. And this is also going to give me some coverage and just making sure everything blends out nicely and evenly. Because I get a little bit on the oily side, I like to use a powder foundation versus a liquid foundation. For this look, I won't be doing any precise contouring, but I am going to use Bare Minerals Warmth Powder to warm up my face and give me a little bit of that soft contour. I'm going to put it on the spots that I usually contour on my cheekbones, the forehead, and also the jawline. For the blush, I'm using Pinch Me by MAC, and I'm just going to take this big fluffy blush brush and just kind of warm up my cheeks. You would want to use a nice fluffy brush to blend out the blush very well versus a more of a denser blush that can actually leave it patchy. I'm going to be doing very minimal highlighting. I'm just going to put some a little bit on my nose, my cupid's bow, a little bit above my brow, and I'm going to bring that down to the cheekbone and just kind of dust the highlight onto the cheekbone just to give me a very soft highlight. Now to start on the eyes, I'm going to be using very light pink color to set all over my lid as a base color. I'm just using a nice big fluffy blending brush. With the Luxie 231 small tapered blending brush that came in the February Ipsy bag, I'm going to take this brush and dip it into a little bit of darker pinkier tone, and I'm going to take that and put it into my crease and just blend that out, and that's going to be the base of our crease. This palette is the Modern Mattes by BH Cosmetics, but you don't have to use a specific palette. You can just go ahead and match the colors up to your preference. When working with this pinkier color, you just want to go ahead and blend it out as much as you can. Don't worry if it's a little bit too bright. We're going to put other colors on top of it. With a bigger blending brush, I'm going to make sure we don't have any harsh lines. This is going to be our base crease color, and just making sure anything we put on top is just going to be blended in with this color. I'm actually going to go back in with the Luxie 231 brush, and I'm actually going to add more of that color to kind of darken up that crease. I decided that I wanted to intensify that color, and I took the big blending brush again and dipped into the same color as our crease color and just blending it out and make it a little bit more vivid, but still making sure that there are no harsh lines. With the Carly Bible palette, I'm going to take this bone color and I'm going to highlight the brow bone with it. With the same palette, I'm going to use the first highlight shade and I'm going to put that in the inner corner of my eyes to give it a little bit more pop. Using the Luxie brush, I'm going to go in the same palette and I'm going to use that bronzy brown color, and I'm going to actually put that in the lower part of the crease and brush the rest of the product onto the actual lid, which is going to act as a base for our next color. And before we put the main color on our lid, let's go ahead and take a big blending brush and just blend everything out really nicely. For the main lid color, I'm going to be using Naked Cosmetics, this pigment, which is also from the February Ipsy bag. It's a very bronzy, glittery pigment. And to make sure it stays on our lid very well, I'm going to be using a setting spray, and I'm going to use this flat brush to apply it with. What I like to do is take the setting spray and actually spray it in the cup, dip my brush in it, and then put the pigment on the brush. When applying the pigment, you want to make sure you're using little dabbing motions to push the product in and make sure it stays on your eyelid. You don't ever want to do sweeping motions or any smearing motions because this will create any fallout on your cheeks. With this color, I'm going to take it to the crease line and kind of create a half moon shape at the crease line. And going back to that bronzy color, I'm going to take that with a Luxie brush and I'm actually going to blend in the edge of that pigment into the crease. If you do get any fallout, I like to use a very big fluffy brush to kind of sweep away anything that's laying on top of the surface of my face. For the lower lash line, I'm going back to the Modern Mattes, and I'm going to take this purplish mauve color and I'm going to apply that to the half of the outer corner of my lower lash line. For the inner corner of our eyelid, I'm going to go back to the color that we use for our crease, and I'm just going to blend that out very softly. And then, of course, as we all do it, you have to make that little weird face. Then, of course, more blending. Take a big fluffy brush and just make sure everything is blended properly. And then I guess I felt that the lower lash line needed more intensity, so I'm going to actually wet my brush and I'm going to go into this brighter pink color and I'm going to apply that to my whole entire lower lash line. Using a small blending brush, I'm just going to go over that and make sure everything is blended nicely. But wait, there's more. We're going to take this rosy gold, bronzy color, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to take that as well and apply it to our lower lash line because, you know, like 3 other colors is just not enough. And then I also decided that inner corner just wasn't highlighted enough, so I had to add a little bit more. Now it's finally time for the brows, and I'm using Flawless Brow Trio by BH Cosmetics, and I'm gonna do this part very quickly. If you guys want a separate tutorial, just comment down below and let me know. And of course, this look just has to have a winged out liner, so you can go ahead and use whatever liner you would like. You can use a liquid liner. I'm using a felt tip BH Cosmetics liner, which I love. It's waterproof, smudge proof, it's just great. When I put my eyeliner, I like to kind of tug a little bit on my skin, even though some people say don't do it. Well, guess what? I have a little bit wrinkly eyelids, so I need a little tugging to make sure that my eyeliner goes on very smoothly and that I don't have any of those ripple weird effects. Also, if you want a detailed tutorial or you just want me to do a different types of eyeliner styles, just comment down below and I'll get that going for you guys. So during this part, I actually kind of skipped around. I was actually filming a tutorial on how to apply false lashes. If you guys want to see that tutorial, I will link it down below. But I have already applied some mascara, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply some lashes. And to make sure everything kind of stays together, I'm going to apply a coat of mascara. And then, of course, we're going to apply some mascara to our bottom lashes. Also, if you see my lips move, just ignore that part. I was doing a tutorial. And speaking of lips, I did forget to actually put in a clip where I'm putting on the lip gloss, but I am using vintage lip gloss in the color Pink Sequins. This did come in the February Ipsy bag as well. So this is the final look. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. Please comment down below for any questions, suggestions, like the video please, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.